Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Nothing But Bangers, aka MBB, aka Bangers, aka I'm back with a video ready to get you started on your brand new Pokemon Pocket TCG account. I've got all the tips and tricks. I'm going to be quick about it, well, as fast as I can. So, check out the timestamps just in case you want to skip forward, but I'm going to give you the lowdown to get you the best start along with some different deck tips and tips that I wish I would have known before I started my main account. So let's get to it. So let's go ahead and just dive into the first couple of details. I'm going to give you a couple of rules just to start off, and hopefully I can put the text above my head. That's why I left the space there. But a couple of rules that I want to just put out in front of us, okay? First, I would not craft any cards. Now, there is a crafting mechanic. I'm going to show you what that looks like. If you go ahead and click on Mewtwo, the pack that's on the front, or any of the packs that are on the front screen, you're going to notice that there's a little bit of a button on the bottom right that says 205 points, okay? You get 5 points for every pack that you open up, and you can go spend those points for the specific pack series. So if you open up Genetic Apex, which is the first set released, all of your pack points that you get for the 5 points per will only be able to be spent on Genetic Apex cards. But you may be tempted to just get pack points and immediately come down here and you're like, oh man, I got to get Charizards right away. The reason why I would give you rule number one, do not craft until you need the card, is because you may figure out that, hey, even though I really, thought that I needed this card, it turns out that I only needed one copy. So that could save you some pack points to use, maybe to get collection complete, maybe to buy, craft something for a tournament that you have coming up. But like a good example of this is Sabrina. A lot of people will go out and buy 2 Sabrinas right away as soon as they get enough pack points, because Sabrina is just one of those really good supporters. There's almost at least a one of in every deck. But what I would tell you is, if you're going to craft, I would craft one at a time. Okay, I wouldn't craft 2 things at the same time. I would craft one at a time, unless you have a tournament to play. Now, what's the exception to this rule? If you just really like the card. If you really like the card, hey, craft it, enjoy the card. Like, don't let me stop you from enjoying the game. So that would be rule number 1. Rule number 2 is going to be pretty simple, and I'll give you some exceptions here in a moment, but rule number 2 is going to be, hey, if you decide to spend money on this game, you are more than welcome to do so. In my opinion, the best thing to buy is going to be the Premium Pass. Now, how do you do that? Well, you're going to click on the button that is up here next to the envelope and the gift. It's right to the left of it. It's going to be the regular Premium Pass. You're going to get to open 2 packs every day. And basically what this is going to do is this is going to help you get closer to getting all the cards that you're going to need to be able to play. So the very first thing that I would buy, if I was going to buy anything, would be the Premium Pass. And it may change, depending on what location you're at in terms of how much it is. But you have a really cool advantage. You have a potential free trial with the Premium Pass. For us in the early launch, we were able to have it for as many as 20 days, and we could cancel at any moment and still get the full free 20 days, and then it would go ahead and disappear if we didn't want to continue. But I would 100% take advantage of the Premium Pass if you are going to be spending money. But to be honest with you, you can play this game completely free to play. That's one of the best parts about this game. If you have patience and you just check in when your new pack is ready to open, because there is a new pack every 12 hours, and you'll see that clock here in a second. But that would be, an option that's very solid as well. If you want to buy more things outside of the Premium Pass, you can head on over to the shop where it says shop, and what you will notice is that there's going to be a different category at the bottom right that says purchase Pokegold. I would lean towards the best value Pokegold in your area, okay? And so there might be different prices for whatever reason, but I would lean towards getting Pokegold, because Pokegold is going to lead directly to more packs with, by purchasing hourglasses, okay? So my number 1 thing would be, if you're going to spend money outside the Premium Pass, I would highly recommend the gold, so that way you can get more packs. I would not necessarily recommend, you going ahead and buying, anything outside that for progression. Now, if you want cosmetics, hey, wear it out. But there's going to be some deals in different points of the game. And again, I would recommend the Pokemon package with Poke Gold, and then use that gold to rip packs. Really good idea for when a new set drops too. So when you're starting a brand new account, you can expect to get roughly 30 packs just for doing various activities in the game. Now, these 30 packs can help you decide whether to keep the account or whether you want to go to the data part and delete your data. Okay, you can actually delete your data. You can look that up. It's a whole thing. It's, you know, somewhat of a split thing in the community. I don't want to spend too much time on that, but let's just say that you have an idea of, you know, how to do that. You're more than welcome to knock that out. Now, my first idea that I would give you as you're starting a brand new account is to figure out what deck you want to build. If you notice, there's 3 different pack mascots. There's Pikachu, Mewtwo, and Charizard. And basically, each pack is going to have a not a statistic, but an advantage to what deck you might want to build. So let me show you a few of the decks that you might be able to build by just selecting one specific pack and ripping nothing but that pack. All right, so starting with the Pikachu pack. If you open nothing but the Pikachu pack, you will be able to build arguably the best deck in the game right now. It is currently dominating in the tournaments, and if you want to know more about tournaments, definitely check out some of my other content. I go over a ton of them and help not only the people that are, you know, advanced in the game, but people that are newer to the game. I try to cater to everybody in the community as much as I can. But Pikachu EX is very strong, and again, it's going to be one of those cards that you can pull out of the Pikachu pack. Also, in your first Pikachu packs, if you choose Pikachu packs, you will also be guaranteed an Arcanine EX, and you will be guaranteed a Squirtle full art. So Arcanine EX is kind of mid, not really great. Squirtle is kind of like Blastoise EX is kind of not great, but you can, you know, get those cards as well if you choose Pikachu as your first pack. Now, moving on to the other packs, if you choose the Mewtwo pack, Mewtwo EX and Gardevoir is a very strong deck as well. It's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors meta where Pikachu can beat just about everything, but against Mewtwo EX and Gardevoir, it's kind of a coin toss. And then Pikachu beats the third deck, which is Charizard, which we'll talk about here in a second. But Mewtwo EX is really consistent, it's really solid, and you can get the Gardevoir that you need in this pack as well. And also in your first pack, if you decide to go with a Mewtwo pack, you will get a Marowak EX as well. And the full art that you will get by choosing this path will be the Bulbasaur full art. If you decide to go with Charizard EX, now this is kind of a little bit dicey. Like, Charizard definitely has a place in the meta. Its play rate has spiked. It's become one of the big 3 decks. A lot of people would consider it a top contender. However, it's a little bit coin flip dependent compared to the other decks, and it takes, you know, a little bit while to get going sometimes. But it's still a really good deck, and if you love Charizard, you'll enjoy playing the deck. But you can go ahead and build the Charizard EX deck if you choose the Charizard pack. It's also worth noting that Exeggutor EX, which is a very good Stage 1 Pokemon, one of the best Stage 1 Pokemons in the entire game. I actually won one of the largest Pokemon Pocket tournaments by using Exeggutor EX. Just a quick plug there. It's a really good card, and you're guaranteed that EX if you choose the Charizard route. The full art that you will receive, I believe it's through a Wonder Pick, will be Charmander in full art cosmetics. So let me talk about Wonder Picks coming up very soon. But again, these are the 3 different packs that you can choose from Genetic Apex. And hey, depending on when you watch this, maybe there's a whole new set. Maybe there's a whole new direction that you can go. Okay, so now let's get back to the app. And again, I'm trying to show you some real life footage of what it looks like. You're going to notice something called Wonder Pick. And basically, you're going to go ahead and get the opportunity to Wonder Pick some cards from other people's booster packs. So in other words, you're going to see some of the packs that other people open and have the ability to choose one of the cards potentially. And if you choose correctly, you're going to get that card. Now, my number 1 rule and my best tip that I would tell you is the best value is trying to get EXs. If you spend your Wonder Picks on other cards, it tends to be, you know, not as worth it as if you were to hit an EX, because EXs are harder to pull. And also, you know, it could be the EX that you need to finish a deck. So again, I can scroll down here and then I can go ahead and say, oh, hey, I want to go ahead and try to get this card. So I click on the pack, and then I hit OK, and then I choose the card randomly. It's going to like shuffle the cards around, and they're all going to be face down. It'll show you in the tutorial, but again, my number one rule would be, hey, try to use Wonder Picks for EXs. And again, you're going to be able to refill your Wonder Pick. One tip that might help you a little bit is if you're trying to refill your Wonder Pick, you can click the bar at the top and hit the plus button. And if you hit custom select, you can see how far you can fill up, your Wonder stamina. Okay, because there's a few different in-game currencies, so I'm trying to help you understand them and help you get the best bang for your buck when it comes to them. So hopefully this helps with Wonder Picks. Let's keep going. So once you get to level 3, and again, it'll be really quickly, and you'll get packs or pack hourglasses for doing specific things in the game. But once you get to level 3, you will be able to head on over to the battle area. Now, it's super important that you check out the guide, because the guide is going to give you different things, even in some cases cards, to complete the guide, and they take not that long. They're really quickly. Okay, they're really quick, and they give you some pointers on how to play just in case you're learning the game. But do all of them. 100% do all of them. After you take care of that, you're going to have a lot of cards that you're able to now open up via pack, and you're going to have some different potential decks that they're going to be able to let you borrow. So in other words, if you click decks, there's going to be the opportunity that you might be able to rent some different decks, okay? Because the cards that you pull give you access to being able to rent decks. So even though you don't have a ton of cards in your collection, you may be able to rent a deck, and you use those decks to beat the AI. So you go to solo, and here's the thing, y'all. Do all of these battles. You can get through them quick if you just pick the recommended deck, or if you just build a deck that counters the type that you're seeing. So against grass, right, you want to pick fire. Against water, you want to pick electric. So just go down the list, knock all of them out, because this is going to give you pack hourglasses that can go ahead and be used to open more packs. And as you get more cards, you can decide whether you want to keep the account or you want to re-roll the account. But either way, it's 100% recommended to do all of the AI battles. Now, you'll notice once you get to the end, they start giving you different prizes. Let me show you an example. So here they start giving you shop credits, okay? And I'm going to talk about those in a second. But if you are able to beat, the AI at least one time, you're going to go ahead and get pack credits. But after a while, the credits that it gives you are shop credits, okay? So, those are pretty important. But again, the number one important thing is trying to get those pack hourglasses, okay? Because the pack hourglasses, 12 of them is what it takes to open up a pack, and that can help you build your new deck that you've been waiting for. So I mentioned the shop. Let's click on the shop here. Really quickly, you're going to notice that the shop can be confusing, but that's why you're watching videos like this one. And again, if you enjoy this content, you enjoy being able to go ahead and ask questions or talk to somebody like myself, maybe in the comments by leaving a comment, you definitely want to hit that subscribe button, and feel free to leave a comment and keep coming back for more content. Now, in the shop, you're going to have the ability to buy hourglasses by using the shop credits that you just got from beating the AI. So this game is going to feel very rewarding when you're first getting started and you're getting through all those AI battles, because you're going to get that dopamine of like, yes, I'm accomplishing something, and now I can go get some more pack hourglasses. So I would prioritize pack hourglasses over wonder hourglasses first, okay? Now, there's other stuff in the shop. I'm going to ignore cosmetics for now and the special shop ticket, because right now those things are probably not as important to progression. But I would 100% recommend getting Professor's Research, because it is the best supporter in the game. Every deck plays 2 at the moment. And when you take a look at the trainers, if you completed the guide battles, you will not have to buy 2 potions. But I would highly recommend getting the Pokeballs that you need and getting X Speed. Those are going to be 2 cards that you want to make sure that you have access to, and I would just go ahead and get both copies of each. I would start with Professor's Research, then Pokeball, then X Speed, and then maybe Potion. Okay, but again, you're going to get 2 Pokeballs, 2 X Speeds, 2 Researches, and 1 Potion, I believe, if you knock out the AI guide. Okay, now red card, the most controversial card in the game. I would probably just kind of think about it, maybe watch some content about how people are using it and how to use it, because it is one of those cards that's a little bit tricky to use and it takes a little bit of a learning curve. I don't necessarily think that, people that are just starting the game need red card as much as they need Pokeball or X Speed. And in some cases, depending on your deck, maybe not, that you probably need potion a little bit more as well. So the last thing that I'll go over is a little bit more detail about the packs. So you can click on the pack and then you can kind of scroll through the top to see some of the cards that are in the pack. And I just want to remind everybody, for Mewtwo, again, you can build the Mewtwo Gardevoir deck, which is, again, one of the best decks in the game at the moment. And also, you may get access to something like Articuno EX, which you can build a deck around. There's also going to be cards like Marowak EX and Venusaur EX that can each be kind of their own little deck as well. Dragonite, a fan favorite, happens to also be in Mewtwo. There's a cool little wheezing engine as well. You can learn more about that. And as far as supporters, each pack has its own supporters that are unique to the pack. So you're going to have things like Koga and Giovanni. If you don't know what those do, again, definitely check out some other videos or just use Serebii. It's going to be a link in the description so that you can go ahead and search these cards and kind of see what packs contain which cards. So that's a great resource as well. When you head over to the Pikachu pack, again, you can build the entire electric deck, and there's like 3 variants of Pikachu EX. And again, you can watch some of my videos to see those different variants and kind of learn about the differences of them. But Pikachu EX, again, arguably the strongest deck in the entire game, and you can build it all by just selecting nothing but Pikachu packs. The other decks and the other cards that you might get out of the Pikachu pack can include something like Hypno, which has a pretty cool ability where if you flip heads, you can put your opponent's Pokemon to sleep. The supporters in the Pikachu pack are also somewhat interesting as well, because they do have Surge, which is played in some Pikachu decks, Misty, which is played in just about every water deck, and Brock, which honestly kind of sucks. But the Charizard pack also has some decks that you can build that are not Charizard EX. It's going to have Starmie EX, which is the best water Pokemon in the game currently. Starmie EX is an absolute banger, so you might want that as well. It's going to have Greninja, which is also a big fan favorite. That also fits. It's a good combination. Starmie EX and Greninja has been a solid combination. It's had some tournament success. Also, if you are looking for a budget deck, you don't want to play a lot of EXs, you can potentially get Blaine's Ninetales. Blaine is the supporter card and Ninetales is the Pokemon. It's not literally Blaine's Ninetales like those OG Pokemon gym sets, but it's a deck, and it's a very budget-friendly deck, very powerful, has good matchups against some of the best decks in the game as well. So you might be able to build that as well. Also, if you like Melmetal, it's in the Charizard pack. If you like Machamp, it's in the Charizard pack. And if you like Kabutops, it's in the Charizard pack. Now, the supporters in this pack are pretty good too. Sabrina is arguably a one of in almost every deck, at least some decks play 2. Erica heals grass Pokemon for 60 HP, or 50 HP, excuse me. It heals 50 HP, and that is a staple in a lot of the Venusaur decks that you see. So again, I played it. It's a great card. Won a tournament with it. Very good card. And then the last supporter in this set of packs for Charizard is going to be Blaine, which again, if you're building a budget deck, Blaine and Ninetales, great deck. So I hope you guys got some good information out of this. I try to keep it quick and short so that way you can get back to your tablet, your phone, and get playing. I hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned for more videos that are going to be popping up at the end of this video. Peace.